Okay, so today we're going to be discussing the fourth sorrowful mystery of the Rosary, which is, anybody want to, without looking into the book, anybody remember the fourth sorrowful mystery? The carrying of the cross, yes. So, how many of you guys have been to a Via Crucis? Via Crucis. Raise your hand if you've never been to a Via Crucis. Via Crucis. It's called the Stations of the Cross in English, but essentially, what do you see? What do you remember from a Via Crucis? Okay, yeah. So essentially, during this time of Lent, the Cuaresma, a lot of ministerios, a lot of groups in the church, right now they're practicing for the Via Crucis. So remember that Lent is a season of preparation for Easter. Easter is the resurrection of Jesus. So during this time, a lot of groups like Emmaus, which they're downstairs, right? Jornadas, Santana, different groups, and San Gabriel, just about every church has a group where there's a group of men who are practicing a reenactment of the Stations of the Cross. So that's basically the path where Jesus goes in his passion, right? From the moment of the Garden of Gethsemane, when he was praying and seeing the sins of the world, to him being betrayed by Judas, to him being scourged, crown of thorns, carrying the cross, and then lastly, crucified. So it's very likely that at some point you guys are going to see that, because we've been doing that kind of reenactment in the community for many, many years. For example, in Jornadas, they've been doing it since I think 2011. And basically the way it works is every person is a different person from the Bible. So for example, last year I was Jesus. So you see that cross back there? Imagine a cross just like that, and essentially I had to carry it for, I want to say, maybe 30 or 40 minutes. I had to drag it. So the mystery that we're focusing on today is called Jesus carrying his cross. So in this mystery, that's what we meditate on. We meditate on Jesus carrying a heavy cross, carrying the cross where he's going to be crucified on. And he goes on the path, even though that path is leading to his death. So he does all of that. He's been scourged, he's been beaten, insulted. He has a crown of thorns on his head. On the path, the soldiers are like, keep going, and they hit him, and the Pharisees are like just hating Jesus. So it's like so much darkness in the presence of Jesus, and Jesus, he's just like determined to keep going. So how does this apply to you guys in your life? Well, you guys in your own life are called to carry your cross. Carry your own cross. Now that doesn't mean that you guys have to carry the physical cross that Jesus carried to your crucifixion, but it does mean that in your life, even at your age, you guys have crosses. So for example, sometimes jóvenes tienen familia que quizás el mamá o el papá fue deportado. So that's a cross. Why is it a cross? Because it's something very difficult to carry with you during your life. Sometimes you might have lost a mom or a dad. Why is that a cross? Because it's not easy going throughout your life without the love of a mom or a dad. Another cross, maybe at school you have no friends, people pick on you. When we're praying the fourth sorrowful mystery, that's what we picture. We picture Jesus carrying his cross. And we can think about his determination. Why? Because even though he fell, so imagine this, you're Jesus, you've been scourged, you've been beaten, you've been insulted, the cross is so heavy, you fall to the ground. So at that point, what do you think Jesus could have done? If you've been carrying a cross, let's say for an hour, it's heavy, your body's in physical pain, and you just fell on the ground, what do? Do you keep going? Or do you say, forget this? Ideally, we keep going, right? But it's not easy. It's not easy because that cross is heavy. So in your own life, you guys also have to have that mindset of keep going, keep going, keep going. So why do I bring this up? Because right now, in our times, that is something that not only adults, not only jóvenes, but every single person is not wanting to do. And that is to carry their cross, to be determined to keep going. And this affects men in a very particular way, especially young men. Why? Because young men, they don't want to do things that are difficult. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to suffer. They prefer to just have fun and do things that are easy. And as a result, our times, our society has weak men. Men that do not want to work, men that do not want to suffer, men that want to take advantage of other people, especially young women. So, young men, as you guys are praying the rosary, try to meditate on the power of Jesus, because you got to keep in mind, Jesus, for him to carry a cross that heavy, to keep going, that took a lot of guts. That took a lot of strength, a lot of determination. And the way that you guys, starting from an early age, you could practice that is instead of being on your bed, waiting for your parents to say, levántate, 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 wake up, wake up, wake up. As soon as you hear the alarm, beep, 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 you're like, oh, all right, let me get up. Instead of snooze, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And I tell you that because that's like something I struggle with too, right? Another thing that you guys could do is do the responsibilities that you have at home. Instead of, like, let's say if your parents say, all right, mijo, I need you to wash the dishes, or I need you to take out the trash. Instead of saying, yeah, I got homework. I can't do that right now because I need to go do my homework. No, just be like, all right, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna go wash the dishes, take out the trash, or whatever. So these are just little things that you guys as men can start to do. That way, when a big cross comes to you, you're able to handle the situation. Does that kind of make sense? All right, so the topic is essentially called effeminacy. All right, it's not femininity. Femininity is a different topic. Effeminacy is essentially not wanting to suffer, not wanting to do work, essentially being the opposite of a man. So specifically today for you guys, the young men here, I want you guys to not be weak, to be strong, to do work, to be like who? Jesus, to be like Saint Joseph, right? Saint Joseph was a strong man, a leader, who was the head of the Holy Family. And in your own lives, try to model the men in your life who are strong, who do what they're supposed to. Maybe your father, maybe an uncle, a cousin, an older friend. Just try to see those guys como ejemplos. Because I don't know about you, but I've got, thankfully in my life, tengo muchos tíos that when there's a problem, they figure out how to do it. Even if they don't have all the resources, even if they don't know how to exactly fix it, they come up with a strategy to solve it. So in that same way, you guys, since you guys are young men, you guys are called to be the head of your families. So you guys could start practicing that in this group by praying the rosary. When someone asks you, hey, can you lead the rosary? Instead of saying, no, I already did that last week. Say, no, I'll do it. Even though it might be challenging. And I think today was a great example. Our friend Angel, even though he may not know the full prayer, he was brave and he did it. So congrats to you, man. Yes, fuerte aplauso para nuestro amigo. All right, and for the ladies, that doesn't mean that you guys are off. You guys are also called to carry your cross. But today I think was specifically for the young men. All right, so let's go get some food.